Hi, my name is Niamh Quinn, and I'll be talking about the transition between being with a service and now having a self-directed service, and a little bit about my life as well.
And you don't have to worry about time, Niamh. You can take as much time as you want.
I'm originally from Cork, and I moved to Galway when I was about 3. This is just a picture of my family. Another picture is supposed to come up of just of our dog. I moved to Belgium when I was 6 for a year, and these are just all the countries that I have been in on holiday. All through my education, it was all through mainstream, and when I was in college, it was a 1-year course, but they were good enough to allow me to do it over 2 years because I have a learning disability.
What we're going to talk about now is why we switched. We had Niamh had support hours from a traditional provider, and now we're going to start talking about maybe some of the things that Niamh liked, and then we're going to talk about why we made the move to self-directed services.
What I liked about the traditional is I liked my PAs. Like they were nice. They were nice people, and it suited regular hours when I was in education. But then when I got out of education, I didn't have regular hours, so it didn't suit as well. When we decided to go with self-directed services, just before, Mom asked me if there was nothing in my way, what would I like? And I said that I'd like a home of my own, a job, and I'd like to have some PA service 5 days a week while I'm living at home.
I'm going to take this one. Well, then after that conversation, we spent actually a couple of months talking about that, about what it is that Niamh would like. So we spoke then with a couple of people. We spoke with AT and Cheshire Ireland, engaged with them and talked about what we wanted. And we spoke with the HSE, and basically with the support of all of those people, we moved to setting up our own company, which we called Niamh's Innovators. So the results so far, what we feel is that, you know, the focus is much more on Niamh now. It's much more direct. You're not dealing with a third party. We have a lot more flexibility. One of the reasons that we switched, or one of the big reasons, was that if Niamh wanted to switch her schedule, like any 25-year-old who generally don't have plans, they like to plan spontaneously, it was quite difficult in a big organisation because those PAs that supported Niamh would be tied into supporting other people. To give you an example of the flexibility that Niamh now enjoys, say in the last 3 years you've gone from support in daytime hours to using your support for daytime and weekend hours, and now you use it for daytime and evening hours because a lot of your activities happen in the evening. And even in this week, for instance, normally we would have support tomorrow, but our supporter has switched from tomorrow to supporting Niamh on Saturday because we won't be around tomorrow. So it's really good in terms of the flexibility. I think you've taken a lot more responsibility for yourself, Niamh. You make decisions about times, and a lot of people around Niamh notice this. You've organised your own work experience. You're learning to drive, you're volunteering. Do you want to say a bit about what you're doing, volunteering?
I volunteer at a local charity shop, and I'm doing work experience in a boutique, but because I'm into fashion, and I eventually want to design clothes for people with disabilities.
And you also experimented with living in her own apartment for a couple of weeks. We did that. You did that about a year and a half ago, just to make sure that that was something that you wanted.
Here in the first picture, I'm doing a karate grading. I do karate on a Monday evenings. I also do archery and table tennis. And in the second picture, I'm getting ready to go on my first driving lesson. I'm still working on that.
In terms of living an independent life, none of us lives an independent life without the support of others around us. So what we're going to do for this slide is just give you some. Niamh has invited people to share your journey with you, and you're going to give one example from each of the categories of how people have supported her.
Okay, so from my family, my relatives, they live in Cork, so if I want to go up to Cork on a weekend on my own, my auntie would come down and collect me and bring me up. And then the summer before last, I was in an apartment of my own for 3 weeks just to try it out, and a friend of mine came down from Cork for a night to just stay with me. And neighbours, when my family would go away on holidays, neighbours might come in between PA service, coming in between times. So what I want is a job of my own. I've already said that I want to eventually design clothes for people with disabilities. I want to move into my own home, and I want more friends of my own age. This picture is actually of I had a party in a hotel in Galway recently because I celebrated 10 years of having my kidney transplant. So I decided to have a party for that. And I'd like to be able to travel independently to other countries with friends and a PA. And just having this service just gives me more control over my own budget, and I enjoy that. Thank you.